So I recently got this Bluetti. It is the AC180P. They've had the AC180 out for a while, but this is the P, the phosphate version. And reason being is that it gives you more watt hours. So the original one was 1100 watt hours, where this one's 1440. So you're getting a lot more watt hours, more efficient type of battery in here with it being phosphate. Now, why I like this one so much is because of course, it is 1800 watts, which is a ton of power for what I need in the Jeep when I'm running and camping and such. But now I also have a trailer, so I like to be able to plug that in and run all the lights and everything on the trailer. So what I'm going to do is I've used this for a couple of weeks. I'm going to go through the features first, tell you how I use it, and then give you my final thoughts at the end. So starting off right off the bat, it's all self-contained. The inverter's in here for your plug. Everything's just nice and compact in here. It has 4 AC plugs right here, and then 4 DC 12 volts right here, that are USB right there, and then a USB-C for charging. Lastly, it has this cigarette lighter. Now I like having the cigarette lighter because that goes out to my overland trailer, so that powers all the lights, everything on that. It's going to be a water pump as well in the long run once I finish that project up. And then this is an input, which is for solar or 12-volt charger. I'll talk about that in a minute. We turn it to the side and you've got your charging port right here. This is your cable for charging. What I love about it is that it has that block that's normally on one of these is actually built right into the system. So you don't have to have that. You just have this cable, which is so much better for storing and bringing this along when you're, going out traveling and such. So that's how I've been charging it. It has like a super fast charge on it. I actually slowed it down because I just didn't need to jam it like that, but I still charged the whole thing up. Well, it was down to 20%, and I charged it up to 100% in an hour and a half. So what's nice about that is I can get this charged up really quick if I need to. Has a fuse too, so that can pop, and then a grounding screw here, so you could actually ground this if you wanted to. Both sides have the fans going, so there's good airflow all the way through it. Handles on the top, which are great for the rubberized, and it's a flat top. I love that. Last thing is output wireless charging, whether it be headphones or a cell phone. Headphones are really nice to be able to just set them on there and charge them if you've got that type of case. You have your power on and off, your DC and AC. You can turn those on and off too. It goes basically your input, percentage you have left. I have 91%. Right now with the output I'm going, I have 99 hours. That's just because I have no output going out right now. Tells you if it's AC or DC's on, and it's the eco mode for charging. Some of those change up, and also this has an app with it too, so you could do Bluetooth and run it off of that. Let me show you the draw. Let me show you the draw on this. I have a heater here that I use when I'm camping in my Jeep, and I don't use this all night long because it would drain it way too fast. But what I like about it is you can see it went up to like 900. It'll probably drop down to like 700 watts going out, and it will only run for an hour and out 1.6 hours. So what I do is I use a heating blanket, which I plug into the 12 volt here. It does not draw nearly as much. It draws like 45 watts. I have that on in there when it's really cold winter, sleeping in the Jeep. And then in the morning, what I'll do is I'll plug this guy in just to kind of heat the Jeep up for like a half hour. So I love being able to do something that's that high to turn on when I need it to be able to warm up or whatever it might be. So having all these different power options, it worked out really well. And this is basically consolidating a couple of systems that I had, like little systems and bigger systems. I love the Bluetti line, and I've been using them for a while, but I have 2 smaller ones. Now the plugs that come with it, this is really great that they send all these. First I want to talk about is this cigarette lighter. A lot of people don't use this one, but I use it quite a bit because this is sitting in behind the seat in the Jeep, and I'm able to just plug it in when I'm driving around, and I'm getting, free charging off the alternator, and it charges right up. A lot of people don't do that. They think only solar or wall charge, but I'm in Michigan, so you don't always have a lot of bright sun for solar. They do have solar, which is great. This 8mm goes in there, and then you can charge off your solar, and these are the pins that I have for my solar panel, my Bluetti solar panel, but I could charge with this on the road if I needed to. And then of course I talked about plugging it into the wall charger and it not having that big block on it. So my thoughts on this system, now that I've used it for a couple weeks, especially last weekend, I was out for 4 days and it powered everything. I really love that I can use this to power everything in the Jeep. And now having an overland trailer, being able to extend to that, I've got rock lights, I've just got regular lights, a place to charge phones, as well as I'm going to put a water pump on there that just runs when it needs to. I'm going to be able to plug that in here and run that whole system off of it. So the versatility of this, as well as having the 1800 watts, of course, the 1440 watt hours is just absolutely fabulous for this. And it's really, I mean, it's heavy. It's not super light, but it's not bad. I mean, I can move it around. You know, my younger son can move it around, whatever. It's not terrible when it comes to weight and storing it. And it slides right behind the seat, sits right there. And I can pull it out, put it on a picnic table. Everybody can use it, charge whatever they need to. We've got a ton of stuff hooked up to this thing, charging all at once. So this is going to become my primary as well as my backup in my house, because I am in Michigan and we do lose power. So this one I'm going to use for specifically for my furnace fan, because that's the biggest problem, is just not having heat in Michigan when we have a bad storm and we lose power. So this will bypass the power and will plug right in and be able to use the fan on my heater systems to keep my house nice and warm.